Hi there, it's Sam from poodles.co.uk. Thank you very much for joining me today. This is today's project. It's an envelope punch board box for 3 Yankee candle tea lights, and inside I have got beautiful dark blue, I think these are blackcurrant tea lights. These are my last 3, so I've got 3 of those in there. I worked with Yankee candles because I know everybody everywhere can get them, and I would never want to exclude anybody by using exclusively British candles or anything like that. But if you are a candle maker and you use the plastic cups, yours are going to fit in too. So I've gone with a navy and white, and I've got a little pop of bright with some emerald envy, which is really cute. So I'm going to make a white and blue version. So this is blue with white. I'm going to do it the other way around just because it's easier to see. And the candles I've got this time, they're called Lake Sunset. They're very, very pale pink. So I'm not going to put green with them like I did with that one, but a different colour. So I have a piece of thick Whisper White cardstock, which is 6.5 by 6.5 inches, so 16.5 by 16.5 centimetres. I'm going to put 2 scores in on each side. So the first one is at 1 5/8 of an inch, so that's 4.2 centimetres. You punch and score, and then you slide it along to 5 inches, which is 12.5 centimetres, and you punch and score. So hopefully, there you go, you can see my 2 score lines. You turn it round, and this score line here, you line up to this little knobbly, sticky outy bit there. It's called a score guide, because it says so there. And that's where you line up, so you're not looking at measurements anymore. So it's just, whoops, it's just the first ones. The first 2 on each side. And just keep, whoops, punching and scoring all the way around until you've got all 4 sides done. And then the last one. There we go. And then on this side, so you've got the punch this side, but you've also got a rounder that side. It's quite a deep, chunky arc. I like it. You just slip your corners in there and it rounds it off absolutely beautifully. Okay, so whoops, get rid of all of that and come along and score these lines. I've got a rattly bracelet today. So you burnish all your score lines. So this being thick Whisper White is lovely to work with. Actually, to be fair, the regular Whisper White is good to work with. All our cardstocks are the same weight, 215 GSM. I'm not sure what that is in pounds. I want to say £80, but don't quote me on that. So they're nice and thick, but the Whisper White and Very Vanilla have been compressed really flat, so they're super smooth for stamping. Whereas the thick Whisper White hasn't been compressed as much, so it's not as smooth, but it's still beautiful to stamp on. Right, okay, so this is the shape we've got. And you've got lines here, so we're going to cut down there, but we're also going to chop off a chunk as well, because when I show you, it's my big scissors. If I was to fold that straight over like that, it would stick out on one side, so you just kind of have to chop off a wodge so that you can fold it up like that, and just do that on all the sides all the way around. And last one. There we go. So you're left with that, so it will fold up like that, meaning that you can get your candles in. But before I do that, I want to get my paper on. So I have got 4 little panels. So I went with this beautiful floral. I'm going with more of a floral because I wanted it to be white with blue, not white and white with a splash of blue. These measure 1.5 by 2 1/8 of an inch, which in metric is 3.7 by 5.4 centimetres. I'm sorry, metric folk, but it will fit perfectly. And the thing about Yankee candles is that these sets of these beautiful candles, they come in packs of 12. So you've got 4 gifts in one box. Love, love, love. Okay. I think I cut some of them a bit wrong, but we'll not worry. Oops, oh well. I'll make sure that the measurements are correct. So I'm just going to put adhesive on these tabs here. So yeah, you can get 4 from a box of Yankee candles, and if you're canny with where you buy from, you can get them for about £5 for a box, or we can call it £4 because I did spot some today on Amazon for £4. So you've got gifts for £1 a go. Perfect if you've got teacher gifts. And the end of term will be upon us before we know it, because time flies like that. Okay, last one in. Cute. Let's just make sure I can get that all stuck down, and then all my candles fit in there. Have I got those measurements wrong? Nope, that's right. There we go. Yeah, that is right. Okay, so this time, because it was a sort of a kind of a pale pink in there, what I've got is some Blushing Bride ribbon. And this is the stitch satin ribbon, which is very, very pretty. There's no front and back to this box because obviously it's folding up from the bottom. And my phone's beeping next to me. I've got it on silent, but I've got it on vibrate, and it's on a noisy table. Okay. Trim off those, and then with these little scraps, I'm going to do my best to see if I can get 3 flowers out of my scraps, because I'm frugal like that. I don't know that I will. 1. I will. 2. I had this discussion in my Facebook team group about scraps. Do you keep scraps? I don't. I'm a complete heathen. If I'm not going to be making a decorative embellishment then and there, then I chuck the scrap. And I am talking these bits. So, yeah, I'm horrible like that. Right, and I'm going with Blushing Bride. Well, I'm hoping I've got enough. No, it's going to have to be Pink Pirouette. We'll pretend it's Blushing Bride because I've only got one. I've only got one circle. So just in the middle. And mini glue dots. One there. I like this with the pale pink. Little cluster up there. And then a little one on its own down there. How sweet is that? I love them. And I love gifting candles. They make me happy. Anyway, thank you ever so much for joining me. And I hope to speak to you soon. Bye.